Hi BookTube, I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm here to share with you the books that I'm currently reading and plan on reading this October. And we'll start with the Historathon 2023 ones. So I am currently listening to Shadowplay by Tim Marshall. Hopefully this counts. It's half personal memoir, half history. Tim Marshall was a war correspondent for Sky News, I believe, and Shadowplay details his coverage of the Kosovo War. So this fits in the time frame for this quarter of Historathon 2023. We're now in the quarter where we focus on the years 1820 to present, and I'm trying to learn more about recent history, particularly when it comes to Eastern Europe. So this was exactly what I was looking for. I'm about halfway through and I'm enjoying it so far, as much as you can enjoy something about war. I'm enjoying his telling. Another audiobook that I was listening to last month was one of those very short introductions on game theory, and it was definitely one where I was like, I need to actually read this so I can digest the information. So I decided to pick up the book itself. So I'm gonna start this over and just read through it, and then hopefully I'll be able to digest the information a bit more. This one's by Ken Binmore. One of the other ones that I got, I've got another very short introduction here. This is also for Historathon 2023. I might be able to start this end of October. This is on the Cultural Revolution, and this is by Richard Kurt Krause. So again, fits in the time period for Historathon 2023. So looking forward to reading this because I also want to expand my knowledge of Asia as well. Next, one of the books that I finished early on in October. So October for me is my favorite reading month. It's all about the gothic horror. Dracula is one of my favorite novels, and I tend to read a lot of books about vampires. So I decided to pick up Dracula in Istanbul. This is by Ali Reza Sefioğlu. So this is basically a bootlegged version of Dracula, and after I read it, it's like, yeah, a lot of it, you couldn't even say it was inspired by, it was basically Dracula in Istanbul, as the title suggests. A lot of the story was taken from its setting in London, and transplanted in Turkey. There's a lot of Turkish pride. This was written in the 1920s, I believe. So it's definitely got that, it's a sign of the times, but I really enjoyed this book as well for what it was. One of the other books that I plan on reading is George R. R. Martin's Fev Dream. Again, vampires. I believe this takes place on the Mississippi. Yeah, the Mississippi River. I like George R. R. Martin. I like vampires, so we'll see how this goes. I saw that Jim over at Jim Spoke's Reading and Stuff had reviewed this book last year. I think I recall him saying it wasn't one of his favorites, but he still rated it relatively good, so I'll give this a go. And then what I am also currently reading, this month is the month of October, so this is an event that Alan over at Big Hard Books and Classics and I are co-hosting. And it's where we read anything Poe adjacent or anything by Poe, Edgar Allan Poe, in the month of October. So I have been reading a few of his short stories. If you want to get in on this event, just let me know and we can add you to the Voxer group if you'd like. We've got some discussions going. To participate, you could read fiction inspired by Poe, by other authors. You could read his short stories or poems. You could read biographies on Poe or literary analysis. So yeah, really enjoy reading his short stories as always. The one that I recently just finished is The Pit and the Pendulum. Currently reading The Murders in the Rue Morgue. And then one that I bought in July or August, and I was saving for this month, is the Penguin Book of Hell. So I've got one of the other Penguin books. I've got the Penguin Book of Witches, and I like these books because they are direct resources and pieces from history that relate to the topic within. So we've got Dante's Inferno, we've got passages from the Hebrew Bible, Aeneas. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. And then what else have I got? There are two books that I purchased last week, and I was very excited for this. So I'm a huge Dan Jones fan, as you're probably aware if you've watched any of my previous videos. And Dan Jones recently released the second book in his fiction trilogy. The first one was The Essex Dogs. The second one is Wolves of Winter. So that was released in the UK on the 12th of October, I believe. And Dan Jones happened to be giving a talk at the Waterstones in Liverpool that night, so I went to see him talk about his new book. He was very engaging. The audience had a great time. You know, he was talking about his inspiration, why he decided to write fiction, and you know, he was very engaging with the crowd, answering a lot of questions. It looked like, you know, he was having a good time. So yeah, all around great event. So what I got my brother, who is a Dan Jones fan, Essex Dogs, because I don't think he's read this yet. And the great thing is Dan Jones was doing a signing at the end of the event, so I got this signed. So this will be my brother's birthday gift. And then what I got, of course, take that out of the big Waterstones bag as you can see here. I got his new book, Wolves of Winter. This is the second in the trilogy. And I, of course, got this signed as well. So super happy about that. And I can't wait to start reading this. I already did start reading this while we were queuing up to get his autograph. I was flipping through the pages. So yeah, looking forward to that. Anyways, these are the books that I'm currently reading, some of the books that I've bought, some of the books that I plan on reading in October, but we'll see how that goes. I'm as much as I try to stick to a schedule, I'm always derailed. But yeah. Anyways, hopefully you liked some of these books, and if you have any questions, comments, just you know where to reach me. Anyways, bye for now, BookTube. I'll see you next time.